Hi, I'm Mark Gatter for Academy Class, and I'm going to show you the basics of doing 3D text in Photoshop CS6. I'm going to create a new document, and I think I'll start with white background color. All this is fine. OK, and there's my image. Now it's kind of small, and that's because 3D is very memory intensive, and I don't want this to slow us down. Then I'm going to create some text, so I'll just click in there with the type tool. First though, I've got Arial Black, good bold typeface, which is nice to work with in 3D. So you can see the extrusions really clearly. It's quite big, it's centered, and right now the color is red. And if I just click on the screen, you can see that's pretty big. So I'm going to type the word text. Now if I wanted to resize that, I might go to Command T, Control T to enter free transform. If you just hold down the Command key while you're still in the type tool, then you get the same frame around the word. If I start clicking and dragging on that, of course right now it could be anything except proportional. If I hold down the Shift key as well, suddenly it's constrained to proportional. Add the Alt key and I'm drawing it from the center. And if you let go of the mouse first, then you get the result you want. Now I'm just going to put it where I want. We'll just put it there. And enter 3D. So I'm going to click on the 3D menu and choose New 3D Extrusion from Selected Layer. Now the first thing it's going to ask me, if I'm not in the 3D workspace over here, is do I want to be? And the answer is yes. Because then you get the Properties window and the 3D window. And both of those are really useful if you're doing anything with 3D. And there's the ground plane. Now you can see the vanishing point, the horizon, is about halfway down the image. How do you move that? Well, the way you move it is you choose this icon up here. And of course this bar, as no doubt you know, is called the Options bar. It's not always called the Options bar. Some of the Adobe programs call it the Control bar, but here it's Options, which is appropriate because it's showing you options. Now with that tool, which is the sort of global move tool, if I click and drag, I can raise or lower by tilting the ground plane. I can effectively raise the vanishing point. Now if I want to actually move the type in relation to that, this third tool, which is drag, then I can click and drag and lift the ground plane up or down. So I'm working with a ground plane here. I'm not clicking on the type at all. And you can see the type's already got some kind of an extrusion. And here in the 3D layer, if I click on text, I get stuff relating to type up here in the Properties window. One of the things is extrusion depth. There we go. Now if I want to edit the word, I can click on Edit Source. That opens the word as a separate object. And if I wanted, for example, to put an A in there and then saved it, then the A appears in this word here. If I decide, well, that was a mistake, I'll get rid of it and save it again, and the A is gone. However, if I want to change the color and I highlight the type, and of course normally this would work and I paint it blue, this text goes blue, but this text doesn't update. So, if I want to change its color, I click on this. And now I'm going to change it blue. And there you go, the whole thing's gone blue. Now it's actually made up of several different parts. There's the extrusion, there's this front plane here, which is known as the front inflation material. And I can add a bevel to it if I want as well. Now to do that, I'll click on this third icon here, which is called Cap, in the Properties window. And I've got a bevel angle command here. Sorry, I've got a bevel width command here, and angle below it. And I've also got these icons on the screen. And this one, if I hover over it, that's bevel angle. And this one over here is inflation angle. Now the inflation angle means how steeply the bevel rises from the sides of the object. So if I set it up to 90, then it's going to come straight up from the side of the object and then curve around. If I set it down something lower, then it's going to create a different profile. You've also got those measurements here. Now if I add strength to the current bevel angle of 49 degrees, then you can see what's happening to the front of the lettering. If I pull that across to the point where it becomes sort of sharp, like a chisel hard bevel and emboss on the lettering, well, you can do that. If I drag it back a little way and I change the inflation angle instead to something negative, now it's kind of sucking the front of the type in, and there it's pushing the front of the type out. So you've got those commands. If I click on front inflation material here, then I can change the color of that entire front. Now I didn't yet add a bevel, so I'm going to go do that. I'll click on that third icon again, and I'll add a bevel here. And you can see it's currently blue. And I'm going to change the color of the bevel. Now this is the front bevel material. And if I click on that, this is going to be seriously bad taste type here. There we go, green bevel, pink front inflation, and blue extrusion. All the fun of the fair.